I felt something pop. Those were the first words Kenny Willekes spoke to friend and teammate Joe Bocci after Willekes broke his leg during Michigan State's bowl game loss. Mark D'Antonio suggested the injury was something of a microcosm for the Spartans' 2018. For Willekes, it was also a determining factor in his decision to return to East Lansing instead of testing the NFL draft waters. Now, the former walk-on turned All-American has one more college season to play and one more obstacle to overcome.
Herbert well protected, gets through his progression, and another drop. An injured player for Michigan State.
I believe it's Kenny Willekes.
What came off the edge, and I gave him a little free step inside. So I gave him a free step, stutter step inside, and he kind of bit on it, and he was stumbling. And honestly, in my mind, I was like, oh, like, I just broke his ankles. Like, I'm going to get a sack. Like, I started to bend the edge, and then all of a sudden, I just heard a pop. I felt him on my hip a little bit, and I just heard a pop. And I went down, and I instantly knew something happened. And I didn't know what happened, but I instantly knew something happened. Didn't really hurt at all, but I was just in shock. Like, did I really just break my leg? Like, it was crazy.
When I saw him go down, I knew something was wrong, so I went over to him. He said he felt something pop. Kind of went in shock for about a minute because that's, you know, he's my guy, he's my brother.
I saw someone was injured, looked over and saw it was Kenny, and my heart just kind of sank a little bit just for him. You know, that's the last thing I wanted to see for obviously anyone on the team, but especially being him, being close to him.
It's painful anytime any one of your guys is hurt, and that's one of the difficult things about competitive sports sometimes.
Every time you step on the football field is a risk, whether it's in practice, whether it's in a game. But I mean, I 100% would play in that game again. I would do it all over again.
The guy who's gone from a walk-on to a legitimate NFL prospect and was planning to weigh that NFL decision after this game.
I felt and he felt that it was better for him to move on. And that's what I think he was going to end up doing, you know, talking with his family and everything. But once that injury happened, he came back on the sideline. And the first thing he says to me is, all right, looks like we got another year together. And I'm like, all right, man, we'll talk about this after the game.
You know, I went back and forth a lot, so my mind was not made up 100% no. I still had a lot of thinking to do about it, but obviously the leg injury impacted my decision greatly to come back. It made my decision for me, but, you know, at the end of the day, I believe everything happens for a reason. Everything's part of God's divine plan, and he wants me to be back here at Michigan State for another year, and that's where I am.
Initially did not think that it was as serious as it was, but what I thought was that Kenny's a tough guy, you know, mentally, and that he would bounce back from that.
And this kid is having a spectacular year, the former walk-on.
He is like the human Energizer bunny for this Michigan State defense.
People think that, oh, I broke my leg, I'm not going to be able to come back the same, I'm not going to be able to come back stronger, but I just use that as motivation, just like I've used all the doubt as motivation my whole life. You know, we talk about the chip on the shoulder and, you know, using that motivation to be great, to work harder, and breaking my leg isn't going to slow me down or stop me at all. It's just going to make me be better.
If you know Kenny Willekes, he's going to do everything he can to be successful. And so I think that that's what's happened. He just says, okay, I can't be on the field right now. How can I get better?
Sometimes Coach D gives him the whistle because he's out there running around. You wouldn't even know he's got a broken leg.
Not being able to go out there and battle with my team. You know, you see teammates struggling on a hard day, a hard practice, and a hard condition. You wish you could be out there.
I think he took a challenge upon himself early to say, hey, I'm going to try to look at this a little bit more from a coach's perspective. He's been able to stay engaged with that. That wasn't a one-day deal.
Being able to not go out there and get better and take advantage of our 15 practices every day, you know, that's something that really hurts me. But, you know, I can either mope about it, be sad about it, or I can go out there and, you know, try to give back, try to be a coach, try to be a leader, a mentor to others, and teach them what I know.
To have him back, just with his playing ability and with his experience playing football, I think he's going to be a very, very big part of our team.
He's just someone that has that energy, that vibe that you want to play with.
He's a great example for all of us of how hard work and relentlessness in both your on-field play and your preparation can pay off.
2018, he has a great year, and I think there's even more to come.
I want to be a back-to-back All-American, consensus Texas All-American this year. I also want to be a captain of the 2019 team and cement my legacy as someone that brought the Spartans back to the Big Ten championship.